Okay guys, I'm going to go to pound JPY. I've been tracking this all morning. It's now come into a monitoring situation, so I can now look to get into this. So let me just grab a coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And we'll fire the charts up. So what we're looking at here is a 5-minute chart. It's pushed down on itself. My strength sheet, I'll go through this a little bit later. Just while I set this up, it's telling me to buy it. The dominance is a buy. It's a B trade, so it's not bad. I'm looking for about 19 pips, give or take. And it's told me at 11 o'clock, start monitoring this thing. Now, what we can also see is the pound is incredibly strong. JP is holding its own, and it is gaining ground across it. So, okay, it's not bad. So what does that mean? Well, it means that I can now look to start looking for a good entry point to get in. Now, we do have a barrier that it's holding against here. Now, that might cause a little bit of an issue. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. But at the same time, I've got to let this relax somewhat. So how would I do that? Well, I know I'm looking for about 19 pips. So the first thing I can do is look for a last point of entry. So really, I need to be down here somewhere in order to take another run at that or get above this. Now, another thing I can do is now step back. I can see that there is a general push in this general direction. I want to see if it's at a spin point. Well, there's an easy way to do that. You can kind of look at a strong directional drive, which is here. It came back shallow on itself, which it did there, and then it came up, and yeah, it's spun at this point. Where's the next point? Up there. All right, okay. So I can see that. So I can see that's a good area. Now I'm going to also check against this one, but this one went up, did a full retracement, and then carried on. Okay. This one here, if I turn this upside down, can now give me some form of entry exit based on a clear top and a clear bottom. Now, what it'll also do is show me where this thing is going to push to. So I think it's about there. Okay, drop this in. And then all I need to do is start dropping these in, and I can start looking for some half decent entries. I'm just going to turn that blue. Okay. And I'm going to buy any one of these levels. Okay. All the way down into that 50. There we go. There you are. Okay. So they're my key areas of attraction. I'm going to look at this as well, because I'm looking for the retracement into that and then a bounce out of it. Now, pretty much similar. So take it onto a 15-minute monitoring chart. Quite happy here. Put a fib onto it. There it is there. It's coming down. So again, we can look to start buying any of these. So that's not bad, base of this, but it could actually get way down here somewhere. So I just have to watch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it get underneath these yellow markers here. I'm going to just draw a little marker on of those 19 pips, just so that I can roughly see, and just so you can kind of see what's going on. We'll do a point to point. So really, I want to be underneath that line. If I can get underneath that line, I'll be okay. If not, I'll be looking for a break of this. So I want to see it bust through. Then I'll put an order in, and then we're looking to get up into here somewhere. So I'm quite happy with that. Drop it onto 5 minutes. And now I'm just going to trade this out. Now, this one, I was a bit bitty earlier on. It was all fingers and thumbs when I was trading gas. This one I want to be a bit careful with. I'm not going to come off camera. I'm just going to let it run, because, well, I can kind of see exactly what I'm after. So whereas before, when it was a bit bitty, you had to stop and start, stop and start. It took hours to do. This one's pretty much on the mark. Okay. Okay guys, that's that job done. Had to sit and wait for it a little bit. Not really a big issue, but let me just clear everything down. So I need these tickets off that were extra. I always put in extra tickets coming back over. And then there we go. So the complete cock up this morning paid off, and then another 100 quid in the bag. And I was right to target where I was because it's now pulling away. Now, that's taken roughly about an hour to come into play. I can reset it and then go if I wish, but I'm not. I'm going to go have a coffee and enjoy it. And it's all worked out. Knew exactly where I was going. Had boxes of pain in, had my averaging in. Everything was there in front of you. Now, the whole setup actually took a lot longer than you think, because I was tracking it every 15 minutes till the point where I came to camera and showed you publicly. Now in the squad, they saw it every 15 minutes on the lead up to it. And what that means is it's not signaling, it's kind of hand holding the way through what a process is. And follow the way of the scruff, they know exactly what it is that I'm looking at. And most people, when they look at the way I trade, just don't get it. And you never will, because you're too entrenched in the narrative that is all over the place. Oh, this moving average crosses this and one thing and another. Trading's not about that. Trading's mainly about patience and waiting. And once you've got your ducks in alignment, then you go. I'd rather wait 3 hours, get 10 pips and then be done, than try and get 10 pips every 15 minutes in that 3 hours. Because you win a bit, you lose a bit, you win a bit, you lose a bit, you lose a hell of a lot. Then you're on the back foot, you lose a hell of a lot more, you can't get forward. Whereas if you waited in the first place, you'd have been fine. So there you go. So that's my day pretty much done now. I'm paid for the year. I'm only coasting through December, just helping the guys in the squad, and just a little bit of pocket money for a couple of extra meals out. So as always guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.